stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise, I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't...
What up? Welcome back in here to Pregaming on the Sports Money Network. It is Friday, TGIFF. And that second F don't stand for fun. But we're going to have some fun here tonight. We're going to keep the bookies on the run. It has been one tremendous week. Really has been here. We been fired, man. We did it again yesterday. Several of you guys have taken the opportunity to reach out and DM me personally to say that you appreciate the winners. I appreciate the DMs. If you guys are looking to support me, you want to go say thanks, you want to kind of tip the dealer, if you will, you can go over to Winnable and subscribe to one of my premium services out there and grease the skids, man. Let's keep it coming in. Monday, we had 2.5 unit gainer. Tuesday, we dropped 2 units. Wednesday, we gained 3.5 units, and it culminated with 4.7 units yesterday. Plus, we had the player prop on there as well a day ago. So, man, 3 or 4 big days this week. Can we do it again here today? Man, gave you guys a lot of great plays over on the baseball show today. I thought that really popped. I hope you guys got a chance to check it out. Lots of great info, lots of great feedback. You know, I shared with somebody kind of the purpose statement. They DM'd or they were kind of nasty in the comments talking about, you know, the morning plays all lost or whatever. And yeah, but I don't know. I guess I just assumed. You should never assume, because you know what happens if you assume. You make an ass out of you and an ass out of me. And I assume people got that, you know, when we do best bets at the end of the show, those are the plays that we really like. Give you thoughts, facts, opinions, and data on every game. But best bets at the end of the show. Apparently not everybody kind of got that. So hopefully it's clear now. There's a best bets segment at the end of that show, and Shark and I share our best bets, and then we track those best bets. So we're up 10.26 units this week over there. We're up like 10 something units over here. It's just been really fun week to be in the gambling space. Hope you guys are cashing as well. Love to see the feedback. Like I said, I love to get the messages from you guys that you're winning. I'm winning. It's pressure, right? There's pressure every day. Not everybody can hack it. Some guys take the criticism and they crumble like a fucking house of dog shit. Dry it out in the sun with a stiff wind blowing by. I don't know. But we're here to have fun. We're here to make some money. We're here to grow some bankrolls. I'm here to give you my thoughts and opinions on the sports card this evening. Now, not to be redundant, I leave baseball predominantly parked over at Major League Baseball Bases Loaded show. But there's 2 spots that I really want to make sure you guys are aware of. Here, we'll talk about the rollover challenge because it's in day number 2. And I've got 3 Nerfy-Yerfy selections as well. So we'll cover some baseball, even though the majority of it, the heavy lifting was done this afternoon. Just kind of sitting around, processing, seeing how the lines are moving, kind of treating it like a market, true stock market, if you will. Then we're going to move over to the W. The W has been very good to us. I think we swept the board last night. We'll look at that when we get to the recap, but we'll talk about the Mystic and Fever, the Aces and the Sun, the Tempo and the Sparks. There's 4 games tonight. I'm going to give you 3 of them right here tonight. Share some player props. We'll talk both NBA games. I think I got 4 plays for one, maybe 2 plays for the other, maybe, give or take. And then we'll finish it off with sharp, respected betting action. They cashed again in the W last night. Man, it's been fun. We've been firing. It's been just a good time. We'll give a quick recap here. They hate it when we spend time talking about winning, but we spend time talking about losing. So let's talk about when we're winning, just to be transparent. And the Nerfy business has been kind. No run first inning. For all the talk about that game getting delayed, I know a lot of people were commenting on it. There was no delay at all. No, not that I saw. And the Nerfy cashed out there anyhow. Anywho. And then we got the late night there was the San Francisco and Dodgers game. That Nerfy did not cash. So 1-1 in the Nerfy business. Now, as far as the dub is concerned, the WNBA, the Dallas Wings first half continues to cash. We'll be good with that one for a little while, I think. It'll probably take 4 or 5 games before people start talking about the Wings first half again. And they'll talk about what they did last year. And so we'll see. We'll monitor that. But the under cashed for us, the 178.5 in the Lynx and Wings game. Never in doubt. 178.5. They scored 176. But it cashed. That's all that matters. And then the Liberty. Smack them gals. The immediate bounce back revenge opportunity. Now, we do have a situation similar tonight to 2 things. 1, similar to that Minnesota-Dallas total. 2, similar to the New York Liberty minus 11.5. We'll talk about those as we get into it. And then in the NHL, the over 5.5, easy JPeasy in that Buffalo game. That thing cashed with like 5 minutes into the second period. 3-2 first period. Hard not to get 6. They did. But Alex Newhook, man, they moved him down to 1.5 and they juiced it. He didn't get any shots on goal. So we took that was one of our 2 losses on the night. 2 losses. One was the no-run first inning in Dodgers game. Second was not the over 2.5 shots. And for what it's worth, it was a plus 148 for Newhook's shots on goal. So we then cashed the Vegas Golden Knights easy. We got the Lucas Dostal under 24.5 saves easy. He had 16. I gave out some live plays. I gave out that second period. Was it Vegas to win or was it under? I think it was under 1.5. And then I got real cute. And I took the under 0.5. Well, it's all right. We made some money in that thing. And then I gave out live under 6.5. And that cashed as well. So listen, starting to see it very clearly, continuing to see it clearly. And you know how pissed off that gets them. They just get angry. And I love it. I love living rent-free in grown men's heads. So it's all about having a good time here tonight, though, you guys. We are going to get to it. We will get the plays. I will drop them for you. We will move at a rapid pace. And then we'll get you guys up out of here so you can go start your weekends. Now, we will be starting tomorrow for the UFC. 5 o'clock is when the fights will pop off. So we will get together a few minutes beforehand and going to assemble the fellas a few minutes before we get together. Get some housekeeping in order. So we will tighten the ship up as it relates to the UFC streaming. Lots of money to be made tomorrow. So get ready for a fun card there. What did we say last night, Dylan? 3 women's fights on the card. Plus Ronda's fighting. Ronda's fighting tomorrow. It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be a fun weekend as well. Then, of course, there will be no UFC for the Memorial Day weekend. I will be heading out of town for a few days. And then we're back to business as usual. So lots of fun, you guys. Hopefully you're ready to go as I am. I share my thoughts and opinions on the games I like, the cash flow I like, the splits, whatever the case may be. And I love to see you guys sharing your comments in the chat or even after the show. The show comments, post-show, I should say, post-show comments, just as valuable. Mean as much, if not more. If you guys are catching us on the replay, your thumbs up counts as well. So show some support for the Sports Money Squad as a kind way of saying thank you for the content. All we ask you to do is smash that thumbs up button. Costs you nothing. Only takes you a second. And it really does help us out an absolute ton. So if you haven't done so already, do me the favor. Smash that thumbs up button. I was thinking we didn't cash on the stolen base prop. I remember I said I've played only a handful a year. How about this, though? I was looking at it. First of all, it's hard as fuck to find those stolen base props. I mean, you can find them on the book. I mean, to see if they actually cash or not, right? And the book takes forever to do it, too. They must have just as hard a time. Interesting enough, though, I talked about the Cubbies. Pete Crow Armstrong was one of the guys that I mentioned. Nico Horner. Now, Nico Horner did not. They stole 2 bases for the Cubs. Remember I told you the Cubs were another team that liked to steal bases. Nico Horner got caught stealing. Otherwise, he would have had it as well. So, interesting stuff, I thought, when it came down to it. Now, tonight, we've got some more opportunities with the stolen base props here. So, I'm going to try it again. I'm going to go after it a little bit here. I'm going to try 2 players. I'm going to go to Nico Horner. I don't like his price tag. I wish it was better. Let me look. Let me look here real quick. Let me look at something. Whoops. Man, my right eye has been on the twitch today. Woo! Fucking complicated to play it. They don't want you to lay it. But I think it's not a bad look here with Nico Horner on the Chicago Cubs side of things, specifically because there is a little point of intersection here. The intersecting points are when you look at today's pitchers, the White Sox, they rank up there. Sean Burke, second most stolen bases allowed on the calendar today behind Joey Ryan. Minnesota Twins allowed 9 stolen bases with Joey Ryan. Sean Burke is there at 7. There's 4 guys at 7. There's Abbott, Arrighetti, Burke, and Cabrera. So, looking at Berkey. And then the intersecting point is his catcher. His catcher allows the 13. Reese McGuire allows 13 stolen bases. So, the catcher's allowing him and the pitcher's allowing him. It feels like there's a good chance for it to happen. And I mentioned Nico Horner from last night didn't get there. So I think we got to just kind of look back at this thing and say, all right, let's give him a crack. So let's see here. Stolen bases, Nico Horner plus 320. I like it. Nico Horner for me plus 320 stolen base. It's a little bit of the insight of kind of, I know it's maybe just oversimplifying it right now, but I did the work the other day to look at them Cubbies. And now today we have intersection point with the other team, the opposing team. What up, Chico DeGallo? What up, Stop Geo? Bobby Max here. Dylan Med in the house. Joe Dog, he's rocking with us. Appreciate all you guys being here. Got some members renewing, updating, whatever the case may be. Shout out to Dale Holtz, Megan Hanna, T Mitch, and Stop Geo Engineering. Appreciate you guys taking some time to become a member of the new home for the Sports Money Network. All right, so we got a little Nico action, okay? Kind of went out of sequence because, I don't know, I got excited. It's a new segment. I get excited about some shit, you know? It's okay. I could do that. Let's talk about this Guardians matchup really quick because I did move on the Cincinnati Reds in the first 5. And Shark and I doing this thing, we're never going to agree on 100% of the plays, and that's fine. The full game movement towards the Guardians is there, so I get it. And, the thing I'm higher on Andrew Abbott than a lot of people, and I guess I don't really know why. But I know Tanner Bibby's lost 8 straight. I know that's not good. You don't want to be in that position. 12 in a row if he's allowed no more than 2 runs in a loss. So even though he's playing well, the team's just inconsistent behind this feller. And they're losing on the run line. I mean, he's 0-12 now in those spots. 2 runs or less off the loss, 0-12, losing by 3 runs. Well, if he's taking the L, it's because they got dipped up in the first 5. Okay? You with me? Picking up what I'm putting down there? Now, take that first 5. Take those little panties, ball them up. And I'm looking at the Cincinnati Reds side of things here. And I'm saying, you know what? I like a couple things about the Cincinnati Reds. Where was it? Where did I put my note? Never can. Sometimes you get notes everywhere, and it's like, where the fuck are all the notes? Where are all the notes I wrote? Who took them? I mentioned the lefty righty situation. The lefty dog has the opportunity. The Guardians against the National League Central, and Andrew Abbott stepping up against good teams. So I isolated this to the first 5. I said, just give me the first 5 opportunity here, and maybe they can win the full game down the road here. But I got a plus 110 for the Cincinnati Reds to open this thing up, pop them in the face, chop them in the throat, whatever it is that they need to do to go out there and get us paid. So official first play of the show was Nico Horner's stolen base, I guess. Play number 2 will be the Cincinnati Reds first 5. And that was a DraftKings number. So widely available. DraftKings in the first 5 business. Now I wanted to tell you guys, I want to make this one official too. I don't want you to miss on this. And the action is coming in. And it's moving the line. So we're getting sharp, respected betting information as it relates to the late night special. It's been a while since we've talked late night special. It's the late night special. It's not really that. I guess not, right? 9:40 is the Giants and Athletics. 9:40 the Padres and the Mariners. But 9:38 the Angels and the Dodgers. Okay? You might have heard me say it earlier. I want to make sure you hear it here. If you missed it earlier, we're taking the Angels on the money line. And it's coming down now. I mean, shit, this morning it was $1.95. $1.95. I don't know. I guess this means this morning. This means this morning. It was back then. It's down to plus 170s, plus 163s. 158s are coming out there now from some of the prevailing wins. So the reason I want to get involved in this business here, they're fucking around with Ohtani, right? We know he's not going to bat when he's pitching. Then they gave him the day off, so he's back in. So there's some lineup flux. But the Angels are 8-0 against the Dodgers here in their last 8 games. Outright. Winning by over 3 runs a clip. So I talked about the alt run line here tonight, too, for that. All the way up to minus 2.5. You can take a plus 1.5 at plus 118. Oh, that was then. Let me see what it is now. Plus 108 now. That's coming down, too. So that's the buy signal that I was talking about when it comes to, why we'll circle back and just regroup for it here late at night. Not to get baseball laden, but, when we do see some of that activity, some of those moves, we want to make sure that you guys are in the know. That I want to make sure you guys are in the know. I say it's me that wants to make sure you're aware how to scare them bookies. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take the LA Angels, on the money line. And I like that play. Not just because the sharps and the movement and the correlated, just what I like most about that play is if the Angels lose, what are the odds they're losing by 1? When the Dodgers win, it's typically by the run line, right? So anyhow, those are 2 baseball games I wanted you to be aware of. 2 spots I want to get paid with. I'll talk some nerfy action with you guys too, because there's a couple spots I like there. Kind of a strange, blah, blah, blah. Kind of a strange card. The rollover's in play. The rollover, yes, run first innings on the Baltimore game. Yes, run first inning. We've got $50. We're going to try to turn it into 93.47. This will be leg number 2. If we can go through next Friday, 7 legs, we should be clearing 2K. 7 legs, 2K. Started with 20. We started with 30 because it was minus 145. So $30, won $20, paid 50. 50 at minus 115 pays 93.47. That's yes run first inning Baltimore Nationals game. Great element, I think, for runs, despite the line moving against it. Now, right meow. I'm going to talk to you guys about that Cincinnati-Cleveland game again because the Reds lineup, it's the interesting part about the Reds lineup. It's almost an anomaly in that They don't really hit with power. They don't really hit consistently. But whenever that bat touches the ball, it seems to generate some magic. I don't understand it. They have a bottom tier lineup in the National League, and yet they're good enough for me to say, let's take them first 5 today. On the other side of things, at Bybee at home, I told you guys, the dude's losing games, but he's not letting up runs. He's just not getting run support. So either there's a problem in the clubhouse, Bybee's smashing somebody's girl. Let's take a look at Tanner Bybee's spousal situation. This is a deep cap. I like when Shark says this. He gives you, this is a good cap right before he even gives you the cap. This is a deep cap. All right, let's see. This could be the stuff that'll keep me off of ESPN, right? No, there's gonna be plenty of that. Hey. So that doesn't appear that he's married. So I don't know if he's smashing somebody's, Ramirez girl. I don't know. I'm just speculating. I'm here speculating. It's all alleged. I don't know. But he is a monster 1.63 ERA at home. He's fantastic. And that stat, even though he's losing games, he's off of a less than 2 runs allowed situation. So there you go. There you have it. I'm going to go no run first inning and the Cincinnati Reds game. I'm also going to give you the no-run first inning in the Miami and Tampa Bay game as well. Sorry, I was looking at my play sheet. Shark. Miami, Tampa. Schulten's Marlins lineup hits 26th in home run rate. So talk about the Reds' ineffectiveness when it comes to the metrics, yet they're result oriented here. The Marlins, 26th in baseball at home runs. That means they're not flying off the bat. And Schulten's, for all intent and purpose, the guy's not a total pile of shit. He should be able to get through the first 3 guys. He's got a 3.29 ERA. We're going to take a shot with Miami and Tampa. So the no-run first inning for the Cincinnati Reds was minus 125. The no-run first inning for the Miami-Tampa Bay games, minus 117. And the yes-run first inning for the Washington Nationals game is minus 115. I think. Let me make sure I got them all. Yeah. Look, you might not be a nerfy-yerfy player. I love to hear if you are. I want to know if you guys are in the business of the nerfy-yerfy game, because I think there's really good money to be made for them. And we got to find our spots. So you don't see me coming out here talking nerfy-yerfy on every game. It's just like, when the ballpark conditions and the pitching matchups favor them, I want to be involved. Stop Gio says the Yerfy in the Diamondbacks game is like minus 186. I know, dude. I saw that. I like the Yerfy in that one. But so many things. Think about the outcomes. Think of how many outcomes have to. This is where somebody had commented the other day about they'll just take the team to win in the first inning instead of the nerfy-yerfy. And I was thinking about the statistical. I was randomly driving to the store when I was thinking about this too. I was like, how many things have to happen for that team to win the first inning? I mean, I'm not saying that like with the nerfy-yerfy, they either have to score or they don't have to score, right? Somebody, doesn't matter who. So you're kind of providing a lot of different alternatives for that outcome to come through. But for a team to do it, like not only do they have to shut the other side down, they have to be effective on their side. And they, and then if you're in a nerfy business, I guess the tie would make sense if you're in the nerfy. I wonder what that pays. I wonder how that process pays. Anyhow, I'm just talking out loud here with you guys. I'll give you guys some baseball player prop as well here. You might think I'm nuts. And that's okay. Just make sure you smash the thumbs up button. Our parlay is catching some serious steamage as well. Steamboat Willie on the parlay from the baseball show earlier today. It was plus 606, right? And it's down to plus 585, I think. 585. 574. Eesh. That should be a good sign. Something's catching some steam. Something's getting steamboated. Stop Geo says FanDuel has 2 first inning 50% profit boost every Friday. My account is limited to $10 max. Hey, that's all right, dude. Fuck them. Parlay. Take both those Nerfies I gave you and parlay them with the Yerfie in that Atlanta game. There you go. That'll fucking teach them. Okay. Let's see here. Spot that I was looking for, batter-oriented situation here. I'm going to look at the Yankees game. Lots of fun series this weekend here. They've got the cross-state rivals or the crosstown rivals. I was indirectly thinking about just how shitty an organization like the Boston Red Sox is. And I don't mean about their results right now. I mean, like, everyone's playing a rivalry game here this weekend. Everybody's fucking playing them, except Boston. Boston's going to go down to Atlanta. Like, really? I don't know. Anyhow, that's a story for a different day. Maybe we'll evaluate that during a live stream one night. But I'm going to look at Aaron Judge. I like Aaron Judge not to get 1, but 2 home runs is 31-1. So I got his RBI as the official at plus, where was it? I'll tell you what it was. RBI at plus 155. Now his home run is plus 318 or 320 or something like that. I don't hate it. I just decided that if he's getting 1, he might as well get 2. Yeah. And it's a big payday. So I just he lights up on the dashboard. Even when you look at some of the numbers that he's got out there, it's not like he's I talk about the Yankees lineup kind of being suspect mode right now, but listen, I can have a big score. Fuck you. I could take a shot. And that's the shot I want to take tonight. So 2 home runs, big payday. And I didn't want to get the single home. I know. So look, the wind's blowing in at Citi Field, still 66 degrees. So it's favorable hitting conditions. Judge has never seen Clay Holmes. Clay Holmes has never seen Judge would be the other way to look at it. So he's hitting third. He should get 4 at-bats. Frankly, a lot of guys in this lineup have never seen. So I opted to take the RBI as the insurance against the home run, the 2 home run prop. So if you follow the logic with me there, it's just about saying, I talked about this the other day. We did it with Xavier Edwards, right? We got an RBI at 210 or 215. And then we took a shot for the home run at 10-1. We didn't get the home run, but we cashed our 215. So we made over a unit in theory being with Aaron Judge. If he gets an RBI, not 2 home runs, then we make a half a unit. If he gets 2 home runs, we're going to make a hell of a lot more than a half a unit. The RBI is inherently baked in. So now you know. Joe Dog says Atlanta used to be Boston, I think. You know what? I think Shark told me about that earlier today, too. I think he looked that up when he was talking about the Boston Braves. Dale Fixes. It reminds me of Seinfeld when the kid asked Paul. That was a great episode, wasn't it? It's funny. I still try to watch some Seinfeld. Curb Your Enthusiasm. Like that one, too. It's tough. New Yellowstone coming out tonight. The new series. Rip and Kelly. Down in Texas. Apparently Rip still misses the mountains. I'll keep an eye on that tonight. That's for sure. So there's your baseball player prop for you guys. I like the 2+ home run long shot there. The bomb of the day would detonate if he comes through and fires. Okay, let's go. Let's keep her moving, you guys. Lots of action. Appreciate everybody being here. If you haven't done so, as I mentioned, smash that thumbs up button. Only takes you a second. Helps us out a ton. I'm going to look at, what am I looking at? Let me show you something. Normally I write this shit down and I didn't today. All right. This line continues to move now. The Aces. So this is where I mentioned that game the other day with the New York Liberty and their bounce back spot. It was against Portland, who had lost, came back and beat them. It was just a weird scheduling spot here. The difference here is the gap between the Suns and the Aces is just too wide. So you're getting 14.5. The Aces, they're running fast, and they beat them so much in that last game that you got to respect it. I don't see what's going to change. I was thinking the Sun would be in that position with the move coming up. Where are they moving down to? Is it Houston next year? That maybe I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to treat it like an expansion team here. They haven't covered a spread in their last 4. Goes back into preseason. That is a bad team. And they're getting double digits across the board. So now it was 14.5 all day. It's now moved to 15.5. So I'm going to take the Aces. I'm going to lay the wood on that thing. Also, for what it's worth, there is a little trendage or an angle here that kind of supports the under, which I think supports the favorite as well. The Aces are beating teams by 25 and 30 points a clip. The Sun are going to struggle to keep pace with these gals, and it might be bottom smacking time. So that's how I see it. That's how I see it playing out here. Now, in addition, I mean, there's still building data, right? But I think we have enough information to know them girls ain't good to go. And I'll take my shot with them. Now, in addition, listen, the Aces are 12-0. If they covered the spread by more than 2 points and made more than 4 3-pointers the previous game. So I talked about that under, and the Suns are 8-0 to the under. When you get a total over 162, and they're a dog of over 13 points. Aces get hot, they stay hot. The Sun get cold, they stay cold. It's my high-level cap of the WNBA. At least for the Aces and Sun game. I went out of order. Mystics and Fever. Game number 2. I got a fever. It calls for more cowbell. Now, this line opened up at 8.5. Pretty beefy. I was initially looking at the Fever. But then I found out that they're home favorites off a road win. They're 0-11. They kind of get a little overvalued in those spots. Also, they're 0-10. If they're more than a 3-point favorite, if the total's between 164 and 174. So that kind of got me going, Then I saw the Mystics suck too. They're 0-8. As a rested dog with a total under 174. If they allowed more than 90 points. And that's the key I zoned in on there. So I ended up taking the over in this game. It's come down 2 points. I like to be on the opposite end of those moves. I've said that all last season. I'll say it again this year. And I think it makes sense when you start looking at this thing saying that the Mystics just aren't playing defense right now. There's a class gap here. Caitlin Clark comes back, healthy, stomping, dominating. And I think this over makes a lot of sense in this Mystics and Fever game. So I took the over 170.5 in that game. And the last one I got for you guys, we're going to go out to the Sparks. This is another one where I was looking at the Sparks early. I said, I kind of want to get, because the tempo, they're, a lot of narrative out there. It's their first road trip as a franchise. You guys have heard all of that stuff, right? So, and I don't think that, I'm not trying to dismiss it. It's just old take. Everybody's been talking about it. Problem is the Sparks. 0-11. Give them rest after they had more than 8 turnovers. That's a bad team. And so I think what happens is the line gets inflated in the Sparks' direction for being a poor team after they have success to some degree in turning the ball over and smacking the other team around. But you know what they do have? A slow-paced Toronto squad coming to town. So I took the under at 170.5 in that game as well. I thought, probably the Sparks do just go out there and stomp on them. And I was thinking about the first half as well for the Sparks. And then I thought, being that it's their first road trip here, there's a lot of other things happening for a franchise and organization. And I think focused on putting points on the board is not one of them. So I like this. I think that, probably it's a double-digit win for the Sparks. They probably start from the beginning and take it down the line. But I don't know. These guys might be a little excited. They might be fired up that they're making a road trip out to California. And they got the second game on Sunday. So we'll use this one as the measuring stick. Interesting enough, though, this line has come down. Sharp respected betting coming through on the Toronto under. And they already have a total at 172.5 for the next game. So keep our eyes on that Sunday matchup here. We'll definitely be talking and looking at tonight's evaluation to determine how it's going to play out the next game. The only other game on the card, the Chicago Sky and the Mercury. I don't know, 3.5 points. I feel like we got our Sky win the other night there, so I just left that one alone. I didn't want to fuck with that one. Gorky's in the house. What up, Gorky? Says Jay's Athletics money line plus 180 for Gorky. What up? Hope you're doing well, my man. Okay. Let me kick you guys off with a player prop here. I went to Ant-Man in the NBA. He's moving as well. 25.5 still out there. But I'm seeing 26.5 now. So those are the numbers that we're talking about. You guys know the rule. We want to see the movement in the right direction. We want to see the guys getting the minutes. We want to see that he's got a track record of doing it. And in his 2 home games this series already, he's dropped 32 points and 36 points. Now, I looked at how he's doing it, right? He's doing it by 3 points predominantly. Put down 3 of them the other day. Because you got this big son of a bitch named Wembanyama down low, preventing him from driving. So I thought about doing a little alt ladder with Anthony Edwards to go out there, but I just ended up with his 25.5 points. You know, to ask Anthony Edwards, who's older in nature, he's got Tosomu to deal with out there as well. I think 25.5 points is the smarter play in terms of attacking, but I wouldn't be mad at anybody that wanted over 2.5 threes is juiced. It's like minus 155. So we're on to something there by talking about how he's going to have to do it from the perimeter. And if he gets hot, 4, 5, 6 wouldn't be out of line for the Timberwolves, who are in, win or get fucked mode. Is that fair to say? I know I started with that second game, but that is a player prop. The Spurs lead that series 3-2. We'll come back to that one in a second because I'm looking at this Pistons and Cavaliers game. Where'd it go? There it is. I got 2 plays for you guys in this game. The first one I made was the Cleveland Cavaliers team total over. Lots of trendage for this game going over. I get that. And it's priced a little bit lower because it is do or die. So sometimes you see the defense kind of steps up and steps through. That's why I didn't want to take out the whole game. Even though I'm of the belief that it can happen. I'm of the belief that this game does sail over the number. We got some thoughts that kind of go along with that. Cavaliers 9-0 to the over at home if the total is under 220.5. And I told you guys this trend the other day. 7 of 9 of those games now have been in the playoffs. So they're pushing pace. Low total home game for the Cavs tends to go over. I like that in the Cavaliers. I looked at their team total. I said, you know what? From a team total perspective, it's not an incredibly high number. We're not asking them to go out there and put up 120 like we were looking at OKC Thunder. And look, they scored 112 and 116 in those home games. So I'm kind of like the same thing we used with Ant-Man. I'm using when it comes to the Cavaliers, looking at their ability. They're averaging 120 at home on the season and the first round of the playoffs. So it seems like we can sneak into that number here. Harden, 30 points. If he does that again, this game, they're going to sail over this number. So I like the 106.5. Strus was 6 of 8 from 3 the other night. If that's not a dude locked in, I don't know. And so lots of different ways to attack that. The Strus 3-point market, excuse me. You want to get clever. If you want to knock down the juice a little bit on Ant-Man's threes, probably him up with Strus. Let's see what Strus is. Oh man, look at this Strus. You could probably take him down to 1.5, and then I'd ladder him all the way up 5. Fuck it. 2.5 is plus 135. It'll be interesting. That's what I'll be watching tonight. Are the 2 home runs for Aaron Judge, Ant-Man, and Strus, as well as Gunnar Henderson. Steve, you got to reach out to me on X, dude. Yeah, I haven't seen you reach out to me on X. Literally, Mikey Money wins. It couldn't be. It's right there on the screen. I know I do. I haven't seen any message come through from you. You got to reach out to me on that. Unless you want to, well, that's it. There's really the only way to get there is to reach out to me. I don't see it all. I don't see it. Mikey Money wins. He says, I tried. How did you try? How do I not see it? All right, let me look. I don't see it in, let me look. Nothing there. Nothing in unread. And I see nothing in message requests. Something from 4 weeks ago from somebody named Ann. I don't see it. Or email. You can email the Sports Money account. What is it? Hang on. We picked the most difficult fucking username for me to remember. Sports Money Network email at gmail.com. Sports Money Network email at gmail.com. If you can't reach out to me, you can email me. Plenty of ways to get a hold of me. He says you're on my winnable. Oh, you are. All right, I'll take a look at it. Let's keep her going. I'll take a look at it. Pistons and Cavs covered. Check the box. Let's go to game number 2. Spurs and Wolves. I'm going to go right back to the same one I told you guys about the other day. Spurs first half team total over 56.5. For the same reason we're taking Cleveland, we're going to jump in on this one. And as far as I can tell, we're not hearing this from the masses. Like once everybody realizes that these fucking guys continue to put up 60 points in the first half of postseason playoff games, it's going to be a different story. Now, they do certainly like to play at home, but I suspect another higher affair in this game. I think the team total is a mighty fine look for them. Spurs. Also, I talked to you about Ant-Man. And then I'm going to drop the 5.5. I'm going to lay the 5.5 with the San Antonio Spurs. I think when I saw that it was under 10 points and the Timberwolves were at home, I immediately defaulted to, you don't want to trust the Timberwolves at home. That's just where they're not any good. And then you got the 20s factor. We talked about this before. When a team wins by 20 or more and the other team loses by 20 or more, in the last 30 years of the NBA, it's hit at 63%. It's cashed 6 in a row. And that's where we want to be involved with. And when I say about fading Minnesota, like Minnesota at home, 7.5 points or less, they're terrible right now. They're winning at about a 43% clip. So not a spot you want to be backing any team like that at all. I like the Spurs. I think they go out there and they handle their business tonight. I don't think they play with their lunch. They're up 3-2. I think they put down the T-Wolves and they get ready for the OKC Thunder for a matchup exactly as we predicted the Western Conference to look like here. And so I'm going to run it back. I'm going to kick it in the nuts, slap it in the face. Let's talk some sharp perspective betting, and then I think we covered everything. I think we covered every single thing. Dylan says the Spurs roll. Steve, I'll look at it for sure after the show here, my man. Appreciate you as always, brother. Appreciate all you guys checking in with us here. Do me a favor, if you haven't already, go over to the Sports Money _network at Instagram. I'm trying to put some short clips out there for you guys, and we'll mix it up. Right now, I'm just kind of clipping some of the other shows. We got to get this algorithm recognizing this is no longer just a horse racing channel. This is a sports community. And so I'm trying to work diligently to do that. So if you guys could hit the thumbs up button on the shorts, whether it be at YouTube Shorts and Instagram, much appreciated. No disrespect to the work that's been done because it's tremendous and there's a shit ton of views, but we need some help. We need your help. We do that by way of smashing the thumbs up button. When you hear people, I try not to use the word algorithm. You'll hear me not very much talk about it because I just think it's old school. Like people that say algorithm are struggling to understand what the algorithm really is. So you got to make it make sense. And right now, it shows that there's a lot of horse racing content on this channel, but in the last 2 weeks, we have put last 3 weeks, absolute ton of sports content out there. So we're working on slowly shifting. But that being said, you guys hitting the thumbs up button helps us do that, helps us make that shift. And so it'll get other like-minded sports betting individuals involved. Game 6, the Sharp Respected Betting Report likes the Detroit Pistons, taking 4.5 in game number 6. They also like the under, 210.5 in this game. That is the Sharp Respected Betting information. They took the Timberwolves in game 6 2 nights ago. And they had Detroit Cleveland under in that one. So Sharp Respected Betting is a roll-up. It's a snapshot of sharp betting action from house bettors at various books who are keeping an eye on their best customers, their biggest customers. The NHL has been on fire. Yesterday, the NHL had the Sabres game under. I was on the over. They had the Sabres game. I was on that as well. But they had the Vegas Golden Knights. Nothing yet for the NHL, so that will be something I will release to winnable subscribers tomorrow. The WNBA yesterday had the Liberty minus 10.5. They loaded up today. They got the Fever minus 8.5. I got a Fever. Calls for more Caitlin. The Las Vegas Aces. Am I the only one on the Sophie Cunningham thing? I see the Sports Illustrated stuff being force-fed down my fucking throat. I don't know. I don't get it. She seems like a fun gal. Seems like a real fun gal, but dancing around, making TikToks and shit like that. I get it. It's got to be a fucking nightmare. But anyhow, Indiana Fever minus 8. Nah, I digress. That might be a hot Sophie Cunningham take. Las Vegas Aces minus 14.5 and the Los Angeles Sparks minus 7.5. Fever, Aces, Sparks laying the numbers, going after the cash there in the W. And then we've got Major League Baseball. They loaded up. Yesterday, their side was the Cubs. They like the Cubbies, and it cashed. They also took 2 L's on the unders, Detroit and the Pittsburgh side of things there. Both those games went over. But tonight, they've got the San Francisco Giants. Wow. The Giants, plus 118. They went to the under San Diego and Seattle at 7. And they've got some of these reverse line movement spots here. Tigers, Marlins, Mets, Red Sox, Rockies, and there's our Angels. Our daddy's little Angels sitting down there in the bottom of the Sharp Respected Betting Report. Redbeard, I think I'm picking up what you're putting down, Redbeard. That's part of it for me. That's part of it for me, Redbeard. It's a big part of it for me. In a small way, if you know what I'm saying. Anyhow, you guys, it's been a glorious week. Let's continue to stay hot. We've got lots of work to do. There's never enough time to do it, but the UFC pops off tomorrow at 5, so we got to get ready. I got to get some graphics together. I got to get our benchmarks together. I got to get my plays together. It's going to be fun. Looking forward to it, and I'll be live with you guys for the duration of the UFC Fight Night. Until then, you can catch my man Ramon Scott at 9 a.m. for the morning steam. Get the first look out of Las Vegas. Do yourselves a favor. Rest and recharge. This nonsense with this late night stuff has to stop. The CLV is not there for anybody. And I need you guys fresh and rested so you can continue to make good betting decisions tomorrow. So make these plays today. Enjoy your evening. Unplug, rewind, regroup, recharge. And we'll attack the board again tomorrow collectively as a sports betting community here at the Sports Money Network. So have yourselves a great night. I like this little tune. I'll see you guys soon.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet, lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine.